On this edition of My Drive, this is a massive event edition brought to you by the Prescott Valley Outdoor Summit and American Patriots Extreme Outdoors Club with guest host Chase Thompson, U.S. military veteran and owner of American Patriots Extreme Outdoor Club and Apex Firearms, an exhibitor at this year's Prescott Valley Outdoor Summit. Go to PrescottValleyOutdoors.com and get your tickets. In fact, you can save a couple bucks if while buying your tickets, you could put in the code APEX23. We've got tons to share with you guys today. This is an epic episode, so hold on and watch out for those roundabouts. Here we go. E, what's up? Another edition of My Drive.
What's up, man?
I'm stoked. Across from us today, we have our guest host, Chase Thompson of American Patriots Extreme Outdoors Club and Apex Firearms. Buddy, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Awesome. You're a part of the Prescott Valley Outdoor Summit. That's why you're in today. But we want to talk first about what you do because you got a cool story and what you do is pretty cool. So why don't you share a little bit with us about your organizations?
All right. So yeah, I'm the owner of American Patriots Extreme Outdoor Club. It started off as a group of friends. We just decided that we're going to take disabled veterans out on hunting guides free of charge to them. Being a veteran myself and having the ability to still enjoy the outdoors and do things that some of my brethren, can no longer do. So myself and a couple other vets decided to start this organization up, and we were paying for it out of pocket.
Right.
So, and it gets expensive. So if anybody's ever taken a guide, they understand how expensive it can get. So I decided to take it a step further and start a business off of it and charging the everyday person to take firearms training, do like the guides, the survival skills, the primitive skills, first aid training, all that stuff that I learned through my time in the military, and use that to teach others, but also by profiting from that to turn those profits into a way to give opportunity to the outdoors for our disabled veterans.
So everyone's got to be sustainable, right?
Yes.
So that's great. So you started a business based on your experience. What branch of the military were you in?
I was Army.
Okay. And how long?
Just shy of a decade.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And talk to us about Apex Firearms, which is a different side of that. Do you also like customize? Or are you building out firearms?
No. It's training only.
Okay.
I don't build or sell firearms. My main goal is to get everybody proficient and safe with firearms. There, with what's going on in the world today, there's so much crime and there's accidents that happen that, the accident rates are going up, negligent discharges from firearms going off, guns in schools. I'm trying to make sure that doesn't happen.
Right.
So by teaching and educating the general population and getting them ready to actually fire a gun safely and handle it properly, stuff like that. And then also, like I said, with crime, I mean, I live in Phoenix. I traveled up here. I love coming up here, this area, because I love the mountain towns. The crime rates are lower and stuff like that. But
so hot.
And it's hot down there. So I do personal protection training as well. So my goal is to get people armed and proficient, as well as safe and ready.
So I've got a lot of firearms, and I actually started getting into them probably only 10 years ago. I just scored a Springfield M1A1.
Oh, nice.
And my daughter actually asked to go. She's here for a couple months interning from Denver. I said, absolutely, got her a female instructor out at Compass Training. Do you find it odd? I'm all for the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, all this stuff. I get it. But I find it odd because I'm a low-time private pilot. And I got my training, went through the 40 hours, soloed, all that stuff, cross-country. But a lot of training, a lot of recurrent training, biannual training. And just, do you think it's odd that there's not more guys and gals, people in general, that are for firearms but want more training? Or is there a reason why should we have required training? What is your opinion on that? And I don't have a position. I'm just trying to ferret it out. It's just a conversation.
So with my industry, obviously, Second Amendment is a big deal with what I do for a living. I try to stay as bipartisan as possible with that. But I do believe our founding fathers had a great idea in mind when they did that. I believe that everybody has the right, it's our given right as Americans to have that right to keep and bear arms. But I believe it is the individual's responsibility to get trained.
Absolutely.
The reason being is because of what I just said earlier about, the safety and the negligence and stuff that happens without that type of training. I mean, when I was a kid, we had guns on our back racks of our truck windows, and and we had actual gun clubs in school, and we had actual firearms classes in school, and they took that out, and now look what happens. Right. Now there's so much negligence and unsafe acts with guns that happen because the general populace is not trained properly and proficiently.
Right. I agree. I wish that would happen more, but with guys like you and organizations like yours, we're starting to see more of that. I hope that continues, because it's a great place to go meet people. And it's just like golf lessons. It's more in the mind. When my daughter's out there and I go, hey, this is all great, but just get your mind set in a spot where you're really calm, because it's like going out golfing. If you're uptight and you're not relaxed, you're never going to get.
Yep.
You're never going to get to the green. I think that's really cool. But you're down in Phoenix.
Yes.
You do a lot of training up here. If I
say, go all over the state.
I want to get trained, and can you come up for a day with a group of people that want to train? Is something you do?
Yep, I actually go all over the state. I've done CCW classes as far as Page, Kingman, Bullhead City, Yuma. I have people that they go to my website and check out my stuff on my website, patriotsoutdoorclub.com, and they look at my pricing. They give me a call, because I'm going to be, I'll tell you right now, I'm one of the cheapest instructors out there. But my skill level it excels. I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but I keep my prices low for the average everyday person in order to be trained, because I don't want to charge somebody, an arm and a leg. I believe everybody needs to be able to protect themselves properly and be ready. It's just, I get calls and I'll go anywhere in the state. I'm nationally registered through the NRA. I'm licensed through the state of Arizona. I'm insured, and I can go anywhere. You call me up, email me, whatever, and I'll come to you.
I just got
a custom training.
Yeah. Cool. I just got my renewal notice for my CCW.
I'm glad you're here, because for me, I don't take action until something happens. And it's like, for me, it's like we live in Prescott Valley. There's very little crime. I live. There's a big gate around my house. What could possibly happen? So I know there's a gun in the house, would not know what to do with it. My husband all the time is like, you need to go out and fire that gun. I'm like, I'll just ask you to, hey, there's somebody, you need to handle this.
Hide behind Big Daddy.
Hide behind Big Daddy.
Well, so what I've found with the gated communities and, just having a gun, on your person or in your home or in your car, that's a safety blanket. Mm-hmm. That gives you the feeling of being safe. But if you remember a few years ago, there was a guy that jumped the fence at the White House.
Yeah.
So if they can jump the fence at the White House and make it through the doors of the White House, what are they going to do to your gated community?
Yeah.
So that's why you have that training, because you got to have, the levels of awareness that you need to have with that, with firearms training and personal protection. You have what to do before, during, and after a shooting incident or defensive incident. Right. And I go over all that stuff.
Very cool. So your organizations, American Patriots, Extreme Outdoor Club, and Apex Firearms, is going to be at the Prescott Valley Outdoor Summit.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
That's one reason why you're here, and you're our guest host today on My Drive. And the Prescott Valley Outdoor Summit is one of the events we're covering again today. It takes place September 30th and October 1st at the Findlay Toyota Center and surrounding outdoor grounds. 5 acres of over 98 exhibitors and sponsors is going to be there. PrescottValleyOutdoors.com. Check it out.
Seems like months and months away, right? October.
I'm not going to sleep
forever.
in the last 2 weeks before it, of course.
Right around
what else
the corner.
we got going on, E?
Now with that as well, you're talking about the website. I do have the authorization for that as well. For anybody listening today, that if you go to that website and you put in promo code APEX23, you actually get $2 off your ticket.
Oh.
So what's that URL again?
That URL is it is PrescottValleyOutdoors.com.
Oh, we've got it on there.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so if you just go to that website and
put
put that APEX23 promo code in there, you get $2 off your ticket, and also $1 goes back to my organization to support taking disabled veterans out on hunting guides free of charge.
I apologize for not knowing that. So go to PrescottValleyOutdoors.com and promo code
Apex 23.
23. Save some bucks. Goes to a good cause.
How long is that code active?
All the way up until the day of the show. Actually, I think even through the weekend as well.
Wow.
What else we got going on besides awesome training and stuff like that? You want to cover?
Did you know that Rosa's is doing a Yappy hour?
We all love dogs here, I'm sure.
We all love dogs.
I wouldn't be surprised if this guy's got a dog. You got a dog, Chase?
Actually, I have an 11-year-old black lab. I adopted from the SPCA, and I trained him to be a hunting dog, and he's probably the best dog I've ever had. You know, he's a once-in-a-lifetime dog. And I do dog training for sporting dogs, too. So
there you go. So Yappy Hour, where's this at?
Take them to Rosa's Patio, 4 to 6 on Mondays. And they've got happy hour deals or Yappy Hour deals on even human food, too. So
I could run that by bringing all 7 dogs at once.
They have dog-friendly cake and ice cream.
Awesome.
That would be awesome.
Rosa's in Prescott Valley. How many dog-friendly patios do we have out here?
I feel we have 7 of those.
There's about 7 of them here, right here in Prescott Valley Town Center. So bring your dogs.
See, that's another reason why I love Prescott Valley. You know, just like you don't find that in the city. You know,
Nope.
and I could go for a Scooby snack all the time. So
well,
Scooby snack.
I have to get shoes for my dogs down in Prescott or down in Phoenix. Because it's so hot. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
But that's another story. Watching my dog put on shoes.
Well, and actually, that's one of the things I do as well. Not only do I do the firearms training because I believe in first aid. Everybody has to have first aid. It's not a firearms accessory. It's a firearms necessity. And with all the stuff I do outdoors, I actually have what's called the Howler KFAC, which stands for Canine First Aid Kit. So I've designed that. So when you come to the summit, we'll be having those there for
we'll have to
sale
have
as
some
well.
of those in the dog lounge.
Yeah.
So a little display of your canine first aid in a dog lounge.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Awesome. So we've got Yappy Hour, Rosa's in Prescott Valley.
This weekend is the Prescott Valley Patriot Run, which I know is near and dear to all of our hearts.
Yep.
Are you running the 10K or the 5K this year?
I'm not doing either. I'll be observing. I'm very tired. It's been a very busy month.
I love the 3,000 flag memorial for all of those who perished on 9/11, and those are placed in the Healing Field.
Yep.
If you haven't been there, you've got to go and see that.
The Healing Field is awesome. Have you seen it out in Prescott Valley, Chase?
I have not.
It's awesome.
I've gone down to Tucson and stuff for that. I have a friend buried down there
Right.
that passed in Afghanistan. But that's something I'm definitely going to check out. Is that Healing Field? That'd be great.
The Healing Fields is one of the few registered healing fields in the state, and they display the flags with some of the physical memorabilia from 9/11. It's very cool. Great place to go. You can bring your dog. It's dog friendly there. Great place to bring your kids to educate. It's usually the weather's always fantastic. But the Patriot Run, it's got a 10K, 5K, and 1 mile run fundraiser benefiting the Central Arizona Honor Guard. It takes place every year during Patriot Week, and a part of Patriot Week is the 9/11 memorial.
Yep.
There'll be 3,000 flag memorial for all those who perished on 9/11, which we mentioned just now. And the flags will be exhibited all week long from the 8th to the 15th of this month.
September 11th, never forget.
I'm surprised that's more people don't talk about this weekend coming up. It's a really big weekend in Prescott Valley with the healing fields and all that's going on and all they're benefiting. So very cool. And if you want to know more, you can go to patriotrunpv.com.
Perfect. Also, after you've gone over to Patriot Run, after you run your 10K, head on over to the Yavapai County Fairgrounds. That returns to Prescott for the 110th year. It's going to be this weekend, September 7th through the 10th. Lots of fun stuff going on. Great food, carnival rides, live music, rodeo, local art and culture, BMX stunts, livestock, and more.
It's a ginormous event weekend, right?
Ginormous event.
All the banners of all the events are out. It's like people fighting for space to put up their banner. It's all good. What else we got?
Got a new Jersey Mike's coming.
Yep. Subs.
They have really good. So this is going to be right on Glassford between Buffalo Wild Wings and BMO Bank.
Yep.
So excited about that. The grand opening is scheduled for mid-October. So that's 5 days of promotional deals. I know I'm going to get in on some of that.
So I'll do the 10K after they open.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're hungry after that Patriot Run, I guess they're not going to be open in time for that, are they? Unfortunately.
Not in time.
Want to talk about the winners of Dancing with the Stars? Because we have a couple friends in that.
A couple of friends. We had Ken Lane and Jess Costa. They were fabulous dancers. Do you know this event raised at the most recent count was $450,000.
Almost half a million bucks.
So Stan Galugski and Kelly Roberson. Galagowski. That's a tough one. Doesn't even have a roar in there. And Kelly Roberson for Best Production, Sherry Shaw and Dre Caldwell for Best Performance, and Danelle Riggs and Ronnie Debonetto.
Don't even try to
Ronnie. They were awarded the Mirror Ball for raising the highest amount in overall donations.
So that was the season 7 of the annual Boys and Girls Club fundraiser, which raised over $450,000.
Crazy.
Awesome,
Great job,
awesome.
guys. Dancing for the Stars.
What else we got?
What else?
We've got the Philharmonic. You want to talk about that?
Sure.
Maestro Peter Bay returns to Prescott to open the Arizona Philharmonic's 6th season, Sunday, September 10th, 3 p.m. at the Ruth Street Theater at Prescott High School.
Gosh, Watson Fest is also this weekend. We're busy. We're super busy. We need another 3-day weekend. I declare this a 3-day weekend so we can get all this stuff done. So this Friday, September 8th through Sunday, September 10th at Watson Lake. The event is unique and unforgettable experience. There's camping, mountain biking, live music, 10 incredible bands, food trucks, beer garden.
I heard this is like the Burning Man meeting epic rides. What's the name of the race up in Prescott? I'm blanking on everything today.
Yeah, the big whiskey
off-road. So whiskey off-road and the Burning Man intersect and have a giant collision.
Costumes are encouraged.
Watson Fest.
Well, with that said, I just hope we don't have to endure the flooding that Burning Man is enduring right now.
I heard about that. So. I guess Chris Rock had to walk out 5 miles or something, or some crazy story about
he's
all
had
the
a
flooding.
rough couple years.
So was it that
Chris
bad?
Rock.
Did anybody see a story on that?
I did. It was terrible. They were, shelter in place, but I think it was towards the end of the Burning Man. So their food was pretty much gone. The beer was gone. So that was panic for everybody. But
all your carbs.
Well, maybe the walking 5 miles is still disorientation from getting slapped by Will Smith.
Yeah. That's what I say. He's had a rough couple of years. So costumes are encouraged. And
you're
so
back
you're right.
to Watson Fest, right?
There will be a massive wooden bike set ablaze on Saturday night. This is crazy to me.
Like I said, it's Burning Man meets, whiskey off-road. Single tickets start at $25. You can go to chaineventsracing.com.
This is like mud on your face, like tribal burning
They
stuff.
got music,
Nice.
food. You're outdoors because it's at Lake Watson. It's awesome. It's going to be a great event. In fact, we had Brandon Eubanks who created that in the other day.
I'm getting a costume. I'm burning a bike.
What else we got? It's just like a massive events weekend. So go to signalsaz.com and you'll find all the events there.
Well, if you're discouraged because all of these events are going to be pretty, it's not free. So if you don't have a job, head out to the Prescott Valley Job Fair so that you can make some money.
Or say, for example, you want to go to the Prescott Valley Outdoor Summit and check out Chase and Apex Firearms, but it's cost of a ticket. Volunteer. You volunteer for the day, you get tickets. We need volunteers, so go to PrescottValleyOutdoors.com and look up volunteers.
Prescott Valley Job Fair.
I agree. I agree with her. Get a job.
Okay,
get a job.
But at the same time,
you can volunteer, but.
Yeah. Volunteer. Yeah. And also with my booth at that show, I'm actually doing a lot of discounts too. So
awesome.
Oh, nice.
So there's a lot of stuff there. For instance, like I have a $10 CCW class. It typically, costs you $40. And then I'm doing a Johnny on the spot 30-minute test and class. So instead of doing the 4 hours, I go over the basic safety stuff, and that's only $75 to get your certificate handed to you in 30 minutes instead of waiting 4 hours.
Okay.
So
that's awesome.
Johnny on the spot.
This Thursday, you guys are all about, let's get a job. 3:30 to 6 at the Finley Toyota Center this Thursday. Get a job. Yep.
Awesome.
What else you got?
Yeah, I agree. Get a job.
Get a job.
Get a job.
Everybody feels better when they work for it.
Exactly.
Right.
And then, of course, if you want to follow your top podcasts here in Prescott, go to the Prescott Podcast Network. I Can't Talk Today. Cast11.com. We got The Mountain Gardener with Ken Lane. We got YCCA's Hammer Time with Sandy Griffiths and Carrie.
Girl Power that day.
What's
Kimberly
that?
Lopez. It's Girl Power.
It is Girl Power.
Two incredible local women, both of whom are living and thriving on the other side of drastic life-changing events. So,
And what is the idealios of the week, Alicia?
well, since there's barely any rock damage to anybody's windshield, nobody will ever need this. But
I've gone
in
through
case in
4
the
windshields in 3 months.
in the rare moment that you might have a rock hit your windshield, check out the $100 cash back from American Auto Glass.
American Auto Glass, LLC.com.
Well, I'll tell you right now, my windshield down in Phoenix on the 17, I had it replaced, and literally 2 weeks later, had it replaced again.
I got you beat.
Oh God!
I've gone through 3 windshields in 2 months, and all on new cars.
Do you know who needs a new windshield?
Who?
Dominic Toretto. I watched Fast and the Furious
Here we go.
10 this week.
What movies have you watched this past week?
Well, I rewatched Fast and Furious 10 because I saw it in the theater, and sometimes, there's...
Is that the space
you
cars
miss-
one?
No, that was before that. That car's window or windshield had to be like super tempered to be able to make it in space.
Right.
That's when I stopped watching the
Yeah.
Okay,
series.
see, I'm with this. I'm
No.
with Chase on this one.
So they didn't go to the moon. They were just in out of our atmosphere. So totally plausible.
Like negative
I'm sure.
pressure, whatever.
This one, he actually went down a hill with fire blazing behind them, and he outran the flames. And then he went down a hill, hit another car right out of an airplane. You probably got some experience with this, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Totally
Yeah.
plausible, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
No comment.
maybe not. He's being positive.
Dominic
Chase is being
Toretto.
positive.
All
I didn't
right.
watch. I don't think we were too busy. Got some friends in town. Just took them. Went to Cottonwood. God, the weather was so nice on Sunday. Or was it Saturday? Went over there, had lunch at the tavern, and then went to. We tried to go to. Where's that outdoor? The bullpen. Ever been up there outdoors? It's a water hole off the Verde.
Oh.
It was full, so we went to the Clear Creek spot, which was really nice. We did that for a few hours and then came home. That's it.
Nice.
So once again, Chase, what's the URL of your organization?
My organization, the website is patriotsoutdoorclub.com.
Awesome. And we appreciate you for a second year in a row being a part of the Prescott Valley Outdoor Summit. That makes you an official founders member circle. We're still making our t-shirts. We're going to get you one.
All right.
Thanks for your service. Thanks for all you do, man.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Got anything else?
Yeah, it's NFL kickoff weekend.
Oh, geez.
Come on, man. But just real quick, Bradshaw lost, Prescott lost, but Chino won. So 22
Cougar
to 2
country.
Cougars. Your Cardinals will be going into Washington Commander country, and they are 6.5 point underdogs, which I don't know how is possible with the most overpaid quarterback in the NFL. However, football's back, baby. So
Football's back. Alicia's happy.
I'm happy.
We're good. So what do you say when we close out?
Let's watch out for those roundabouts.
Watch out for those roundabouts. See ya.